Und schon wieder ein Hallo. Wir sehen uns schon wieder. Dann komme ich mal ins Stream. Ding. Battery Resolute mal wieder. Oh Gott, jetzt fange ich wieder an zu gehen. Super. Dann starten rein. Ja, und ja, weiter. Wenn ich da schon drauf klicke, heißt es doch, dass ich weiterspielen möchte und nicht löschen. Alter! Junge.
You ever done something like this before?
Close quarters combat? Infiltrating an enemy stronghold?
Something like that.
I once spent 6 days crawling through sewers during the siege of Tofar Ket to retake the citadel there. That's just one of many campaigns I've served in. My dress uniform is well decorated.
I'm glad we're here with you. We need your kind of experience.
I should say you do. And I'll be glad to have Lieutenant Etwas with us. She fought shoulder to shoulder with me in that siege.
So you're pretty close, huh?
She's like a daughter to me. She's saved my life more than once. She's more than just a comrade in arms.
She might already be lost. Dead or it's a con. You need to be prepared for that.
I am. I know that kind of loss all too well. But once we have my comrades, proper soldiers, we'll be able to retake the bridge. Then, our fleets will catch up to us. The ATP is just down that corridor.
Mach mich auf, bereit, was.
Is this the artillery platform?
This is the power distribution for the forward armament cluster. There was combat here. Disruptor burns on the walls. Signs of a grenade detonation.
If there was a fight, the Takan might still be nearby.
Maybe my people killed them.
Or they could be waiting for us.
And that's a problem for when we meet them.
The distribution conduits have been knocked loose. The currents in those lines would be lethal. Is there any way to power those down?
Each circuit has a control panel that regulates power to the magnetobanks.
I can track connections between the power lines and the control panels. I should be able to clear a safe path to your crew.
We'll get the door open here.
It's heavy.
Du hast mich auf mich allein gestellt. Wir gehen erstmal da lang über Energiekabel. Okay. Weiterlaufen. Ja. So. Nur so die Tinte sorgen. Nur so. Dezente.
Electrified. One arc away from burial at space. Better keep my distance.
Fuck. Ja, ich kann mich nicht mehr zu hoch kommen die ganze Zeit näher an alles. Ah, meine. Das kriege ich halt, mag ich nicht, finde ich nicht in Ordnung. Will neu starten. Kann doch nicht mehr zielen. Ich spiele aus. Niemals nach oben gegangen, aber ja. Ja, es ist. Ich weiß nicht, so Spiel manchmal. Den. Ja, es tut mir leid, dass ich dich nicht sehe, du kleiner Bastard. Echt.
You! Federation, you made it.
Barely.
Mhm. Hab es getan, weil die unfair schießen konnten.
We did that to drive them out. Put some space between us and the enemy. They're here. Get down!
I think they've given up on capture.
We'll never make it if we go back that way. You, give me a hand with this. Go, go! Behind us!
Down, Federation! You take the lead. We'll keep them busy.
So, ja, geh ganz normal. Ja, ist eine gute Idee. Alter. Ey, ich sehe die noch nicht mal. Lass mich doch mal wenigstens kurz gucken, Alter. Ah, er darf also auch nicht verletzt werden. Auch gut.
Fall back! Hold him back! We can't let him reach the stairs!
Ja, lauf weiter, super fair. Fickt euch ins Knie, ganz ehrlich. Bin zu langsam hier.
Come on, Dory!
Also ich kann nicht so schnell mich wieder schießen, ducken. So schnell kann ich nicht zielen.
No! You can't just run in there.
Must live to fight.
Also das ist ja mir ein bisschen auf den Keks gehen. Wo ich praktisch nicht besser ausweichen kann.
We let the enemy take them. Hadri and Private Turo.
They weren't the only ones. But if we hadn't, it would have been all of us. I'll have to live with that, and I'll answer for it when I die. It's not the Illidian way to leave one of our own behind. It's a sin to do so.
We're not gonna die. Not if I have anything to say about it.
It's more important that we win. When we were in there, trapped, we agreed that we had to live to fight. Hadri agreed. We said, if one of us was taken, the others wouldn't stop. We'd keep going, make our way to the bridge. They died so we could fight on.
The Takan don't want them dead.
They want to steal their bodies. And steal their minds.
The Takan knows everything the host knows.
That means they know our plan. They know we're heading to the bridge.
Ja, ne?
Tylus, you should be in sickbay.
I'll finish this.
I couldn't just lie there knowing the entire fate of Hotari hangs in the balance. How did it go? You look exhausted.
I'll be honest. It was a total disaster.
That can't be true. I heard a rumor that they'd made a deal, that the Illidians agreed to peace. After what we saw Sidron do to the diplomat in the mines, I could hardly believe there was hope, but then... Is that true?
I'm afraid the truth is far worse than that.
There's no deal.
No. They're all Takan now. The Hotari, the Illidians. Everyone.
No. That can't be true.
I'm sorry.
Where will I go? I can't go back. I don't have a home anymore. Everything I've ever known is gone.
Don't worry about that now. You need to focus on getting your strength back. Everything will sort itself out.
I hope so.
The Federation stands with the Hotari. You don't have to doubt it for a second.
Yellow alert.
Commander Rydick, we need you on the bridge immediately.
Ja, ne? Ich muss sagen, mir gefällt mir bis jetzt ganz gut. Also, wo ich mal Schwierigkeiten habe, so wie eben. Gehen wir ein bisschen auf den Keks, das mag ich nicht. Ja. Hallo Olli.
We've got an Illidian ship, the Veskar, rapidly bearing down on our position.
Or what was the Veskar. Now I'm not so sure. Bring it up on the view screen.
600 kilometers in closing. Still coming straight for us. Commander?
Should we put our shields up? Just as a precautionary measure.
I'd like to avoid escalating this any more than we have to. Whatever the hell this is.
400 kilometers in closing.
Shields up. Ready phasers.
Shields up. Phasers ready.
Jede Eskalation vermeiden. Direkt steht's auf Phaser ready.
Lock phasers and open fire.
Heavy damage. But deflector's still at full power?
That bypassed our shields entirely.
That's impossible. God damn it, return fire. Everything we've got. Right in. Modulate the shield frequencies. See if you can get us any cover.
So auf einmal meine FPS droppen.
Commander,
I've got this. Just keep firing.
Shields still have no effect.
That doesn't make sense.
I'll try another. There!
We've got incoming. How do they keep matching our shield frequency?
They couldn't. Unless... They've compromised our shield algorithms. They can bypass our shields at will.
What?
Captain!
He's out cold.
Why'd they stop?
Damage report.
Running on emergency power. Major hull damage on decks 4 through 7. Warp core is stable and intact.
Completely vulnerable.
Commander, we're being held by the Veskar. It's Galvin.
On screen.
Commander Rydak, where's your captain? Not dead, I hope. At least, not yet.
You're dealing with me. Is that a problem?
One inferior life form is as good as another. I have to give you credit, Commander. You survived longer than I thought you would. But make no mistake, your shields are useless, your weapons ineffective, and there's nothing you can do. I could destroy you at any moment. But I'd rather hear your pleas for mercy first. Your existence is entirely in my hands, and I'm not in a forgiving mood.
If you want to destroy us, then I invite you to do your worst. We'd rather die with honor than beg for your mercy.
You may just get your wish.
Nein, ich will, was du da gerade machen.
About what you said, Commander. That the Federation would stop me no matter what. Your performance in this encounter has not supported that claim.
The Veskar's weapons are powering up.
Wir erst mal so mit Ausweichmanöver.
But the Takan are not mere savages. So I've decided to let you live.
Was? Dein Handy ist kaputt?
Despite your insolence. Tell
Nee,
your
nee, ist er nicht.
Federation the Takan are as merciful as they are powerful. That you were fortunate to escape with your lives.
This isn't over.
I assure you, we've only just begun.
Wie war das? Oh Scheiße, der hast du uns ja.
Lost their signal.
Can you track their warp signature?
Nothing. It's untraceable, just like before.
Notify Ambassador Spock. I want everyone in the briefing room to discuss our options.
What's the status of the repairs?
Hull breach should be patched up in a matter of hours. Impulse power is at 67%. Should be fully restored soon.
Ganz gerne mit dem Captain
Still
allein
no luck
sprechen.
tracking Galvin's warp signature. They've all but disappeared. Keep trying. Finding that son of a bitch is the best shot we got.
Commander Ryder,
Ugh.
you had the Khan after the ship was attacked. What is your assessment? Given our current situation and the losses we have suffered.
It would appear we are severely outmatched.
In that case, we might have an option. Portal 6-3, guardian of the Takan Empire. If anyone could find Galvin, it would be
That's assuming he's willing to help us.
True, but there's only one way to find out.
Wouldn't we need to secure authorization from the Federation Council to contact him?
The nearest Federation outpost is Andoria. I can travel there by shuttle and inform them personally of the threat from the Takan. Meanwhile, the Resolute can travel to the Delphi Ardu system in search of Portal 6-3.
I still have my doubts.
I do not. Captain William T. Riker has first-hand experience with the area and with Portal 6-3. His guidance will prove invaluable to alleviate your concerns.
Delphi Ardu 4 is a restricted zone for good reason. For all we know, we could be walking into a trap. Not to mention the high likelihood Portal 6-3's allegiance will be with the Takan. It's just too much of a risk. A waste of time. Time we can't afford to lose.
Right now, we have no way of knowing where those two Elydian ships are, or where they're going. Another Taconian might be able to at least point us in the right direction.
Or we're the ones pointing him right toward his fellow Takan, making the problem worse.
Alter, droppt mir gerade die FPS rigoros.
I agree with Commander Rydek. Her logic is sound. This portal may have knowledge that proves to be invaluable, including information on the nature of the Cartabula. We must act on the facts at hand.
Then we'll give it our best.
I'll arrange a meeting with Captain Riker.
And I will speak with the Council. They need to understand the magnitude of the situation. I can leave for Andoria immediately. I wish you luck finding Portal 6-3. The very future of the Federation may rest in your hands.
It takes a minimum of 8 crew on the bridge to run the ship. So we can expect at least that many hostiles.
If they bioformed Hadri, they know we're coming.
Which means everyone needs to be ready for... Take cover!
Now what? We need that door sealed.
We can handle that. Where do you need us?
There's an access panel there. We should be able to patch into the local system.
We'll be shot getting there.
I'll cover you. On my signal. Now!
Nice. Warum die TH-Klamotten? Die in meiner Brandschutzhose. Weil wir die praktisch für alles anziehen.
Looking for the bridge doors. Wait, what's this?
Got something?
Gravity. If I invert the artificial gravity inside the bridge, that'll throw anyone on the bridge right up into the seal.
He'll never see it coming.
Itaska, get ready to charge.
Charge?
Some gravity polarity. Now!
Amazing.
Close it!
How do we get them down?
So.
What are we gonna do with them?
We don't have time to take prisoners.
So you're just gonna shoot them?
I haven't decided
EBE?
yet.
Kennt ihr das nicht, Hupf?
I'm the ranking officer.
Können wir...
Not in your army.
It may not be convenient, but we don't kill enemies who've surrendered.
Keeping prisoners is a luxury we don't have.
Stimme ich ihm eigentlich zu.
Not a damn luxury.
Was ist denn für ein Zimmer soll ich machen?
Here, not a soldier. This is clearly my territory.
You think you have enemy combatants here? This is a hostage situation. Each one of them has an innocent life inside. I'll keep watch on them.
As will I. The can't let our guard down around the enemy.
Petty Officer Diaz and I will figure out how to stop the ship.
Let's hurry. The rest of the Takan could show up any minute. Crystals. They're all over this place. Look here. It's navigational data.
We saw that already. Headed to the edge of the galaxy.
It's only a display. We couldn't use it to change course or alter speed.
We're gonna be there in less than an hour.
We can't let that happen.
Hold on, it would take days to go this distance with our fastest ship. We're traveling at a warp factor many times greater than this ship should even be capable of. What are the engines doing to produce this kind of speed?
Gute Frage, Knie. Mich da runter? Achso. Oho.
There are two interfaces on top of each other.
This is not Lydian programming.
Also ich trage tatsächlich auch auf Autobahnen meine Brandschutzkleidung. Gerade auf Autobahn. Oder auf Autobahn. Ich trage die eher auf Autobahn, weil... Ja. So. Gerade auf der Arbeit. Auf der Arbeit habe ich ja nur diese NRW-Hose. Also die vom 1-Uniform. Und ja, da keine Reflektoren. Und entsprechend trage ich meine Brandschutzkleidung auf der Arbeit, auf der Autobahn, weil ich einfach Reflektoren an den Füßen habe. So. Macht schon Sinn, finde ich.
You had the access codes needed to take control back.
I should, but I can't actually get to the surface, so I can't enter them here. Maybe there's somewhere else I can try.
Gotta figure this out.
Ja, okay. Bei mir ist es relativ ausgewogen. Aber zum einen, gerade bei den aktuellen Temperaturen, die wir haben, sind einfach nicht viele. Gleich sind so bei 2 Grad meistens rum. Ich war manchmal klein, die ist schon warm. Gerade auf der Autobahn. Warm, steht da eh lange. Wir fahren halt eigentlich nur auf die Autobahn für Verkehrsunfall, und beim Verkehrsunfall haben wir die Anweisung, Brandschutzkleidung zu tragen. Also ja, jetzt sprechen wir nochmal mit ihm. Interessant aus.
Careful where you point that thing.
It's not active. I can't see any way this would work as a weapon. It's dead.
Out of ammo?
Not sure.
Würde ich mal als Munition sagen, ich würde einfach sagen, so. Ja, da ist ein Morph.
Everything under control?
Yes. These Takan have.
Nein, es gibt kein Biomorph. Oh, das ist doch Biomorph.
What you're doing is working.
There's plenty more I can do. But it doesn't have to be that way. As long as they behave.
Ja, touché. Ich mich jetzt auf den Schlüssel. Das ist.
Where's the captain?
Captain Ostego did not survive the atmosphere poisoning.
sorry to hear that.
He died defending the Empire. That's how he'd want it.
Aber machen wir die Tür nicht zur Brücke lieber zu, so basically.
This console looks unaffected. Engine's a red line, running at full power. But this main drive manifold is spiking way over nominal levels.
Very dangerous.
Even at 100% output, the warp cores wouldn't push this much plasma to the drive section.
The reactor output matches the high speed, doesn't it?
Whether it's these crystals or the power from the Cartabula, the Takana found a way to increase the engine output and top speed. We have to find a way to hit the brakes before we outrun anyone who could help us.
We stop it, so they can't get this ship where they're going, and enact the next phase of their plan. That is, if they don't destroy us all first. I would have thought this ship would disintegrate going this speed. But somehow, that hasn't happened yet.
We do our part, and just worry about that. I don't know what more they have for their plan.
People like this are never satisfied. There's always more that they want. And they are obviously going somewhere.
I hate to think what the Cartabula could do if it was plugged into something it was meant to power.
So. Das ist jetzt der Plan. Und hier.
It's the Takan language.
From what I can tell, the ship's systems are actively responding to input.
Which is the opposite of how most bridges work. They usually send commands, not receive them.
It's from an intrusive program. This control station won't do us any good either. What have they done to this bridge?
Consoles running themselves, some clogged up with crystals that are sending off tetrametric pulses.
But none of this is sending signals outward. It's receiving.
They're flying the ship from somewhere else.
That should be impossible. But it explains why there's less than a full bridge crew. If they aren't flying the ship from the bridge, where are they controlling it from?
And who?
That's everything. Got some answers.
I don't like what they tell us, though.
If we can learn nothing else, then what's left is to make these Takan talk. And if they don't, we'll dispose of them.
Hey, that's not how we do this.
That is enough from you. I thought that thing was useless.
It was. No power. Until he touched it. Weapons must be biocoded.
Our technology will only work for one of our kind.
I can assure you, this weapon works just fine for me.
Slow down, Arminta.
You can't control the ship with a disruptor.
But I can use it to control you.
Let's talk.
Aus. Nummer 1.
The Titan's communications officer says Captain Riker will be ready in just a moment. You need to see this. The report on the data breach.
Damn. It's worse than I'd hoped. They didn't just compromise our shields. They stole the shield algorithms for all of Starfleet as well. Meaning every ship is potentially vulnerable to attack, making this so much worse than it already was.
Das ist der Punkt.
Given the potential consequences, we should notify Starfleet as soon as possible.
I don't disagree, but I'll reach out to Ambassador Spock about it. I don't want to cause a panic, and I doubt he does either.
I have Captain Riker for you.
Let's not mention any of this shield business to Riker just yet. Put him through. Captain Riker, this is my first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
My pleasure.
Sir.
I wish we were all meeting under better circumstances.
Problem ist, ich weiß nicht, ob das die Originalstimme ist.
I've actually met before.
We have.
I was a young lieutenant on the Potemkin. You were first officer on the
It's...
Tuckerman. I piloted you and our science officer in a shuttle.
Ja, richtig Krise. Also richtig. 28. wäre gerade mein 5. Junge, mein Beileid.
To survey quantum resonance in the planetary rings of Residius 6.
Ah, yes. Now I remember.
You know, he gave me some good advice that day about a very difficult job. Yours.
Well, I'm not one to turn down some words of wisdom, sir.
And let me ask, as first officer on a starship, where does your responsibility lie, first and foremost? To the captain, the crew, or the ship itself?
Oh, this old chestnut. I am curious to hear what she says, though.
Well, without the ship, we'd be in a lot of trouble. So...
Anybody ever choose the ship when you asked?
I can't say that they have.
The truth is, it's a trick question. Every situation is different, and there are no easy answers. And in some cases, it might not be
Naja, wenn
any
das
of those
funktioniert, das
three
funktioniert ja nur im WLAN dann.
or the mission.
Yes, so perhaps we should get to the matter at hand. When you were with the Enterprise, you encountered a Takan entity known as Portal 6-3. The Enterprise was held captive in orbit until you were able to convince him to let the ship go.
All of which is detailed in the mission report.
what we want from you is what we can't get from the report. What can we use to get Portal 6-3 to help us?
I've often thought about that over the years. How a small difference in the encounter could have led to disaster. The most important thing is, don't let him push you around. He can appear as a man or as a godlike projection. He'll test you, but don't be overwhelmed by the pageantry and theatrics.
I'll stand up to him. You can trust
Auch
Good.
genau.
But that's just the first step. Portal is full of bluster and bravado, but he can be reasoned with. And that's my other piece of advice. You want to appeal to him rationally. You don't want him thinking you're acting out of fear.
But we are afraid of the Takan, and with good reason.
He's not the sort to suffer fools. And he'll lose interest if he feels his time is being wasted.
I suppose that's one thing we have in common.
Do you think he knows that the Takan have returned?
He didn't even know they were gone when we went there. But the moment the Enterprise dropped into orbit around Delphi Ardu 4, he downloaded the entirety of the ship's computer. So I'd expect the same when you get there.
What if he won't cooperate and we have to face these
Etwas.
Takan ourselves?
Then we have a much bigger problem on our hands.
What I mean is, in the 16 years since you discovered this outpost, there has to have been research. Battle plans for what to do about the Takan if we encountered more of them. I need to know what they are.
If I had that answer, it would have been the first thing I told you.
We both know Command has had their share of hidden plans in the past. Like Admiral Hansen and Captain Shelby's Special Projects Division at Starfleet Tactical, devising new ways to take on the Borg.
Trust me, this isn't some Starfleet conspiracy to keep you in the dark. But if you two don't think you're equipped to make contact, you need to tell me now. Because there is no silver bullet here. Now's not the time to hesitate. I need to know you're up to this.
Were you equipped to meet Portal 6-3 all those years ago?
I'm here, aren't I?
Yes, you are. And we have the benefit of your experience on our side.
Fair enough. There was a special task force that considered the Takan, and I was part of it. But because there were no other signs of the Empire, we determined the best course of action was to create a restricted zone around the Delphi Ardu system. I have my concerns. But I'll clear the way with the plans for your travel to space.
Hätte ich auf Stumm geschaltet so lange. Dann hätte ich alle Alarme ausgemacht. Und gab es heute schon einen Einsatz? Alle hätte ich schon mal angerufen.
And it wouldn't hurt to read some Sun Tzu en route. Or Marcus Aurelius.
Anything else?
Machiavelli?
Thank you for your support, Captain Riker.
I wish I could be there myself. But my first officer would probably see to it that I stay on the bridge while they get all the excitement on the away mission. The burdens of command. Rest assured, the Federation is taking this threat very seriously. You won't be alone out there for too long.
Warum?
Thank you, Captain Riker.
One more thing.
Was du mal zugekappt kann.
Stole some data from your central computer. What's that all about?
We're still assessing the extent of the breach. Nothing to report as of right now.
That's it? Ambassador Spock suggested it was something more serious, which is why I'm asking.
One thing we know is that they stole Starfleet shield algorithms.
The shield algorithms? That could jeopardize every ship in the fleet.
We're still making sure our assessment is accurate. We don't want to raise alarms unnecessarily.
This is as real as it gets, Solano. I have to talk to Starfleet Command now, so I think this conversation has come to an end. I really do hope you get Portal 6-3 and find those Takan before this gets out of control.
Ja, wirklich, jetzt so hassen, das ist mir sowas von egal.
I specifically said I wanted to keep this under wraps. I thought we had an understanding. Now all of Starfleet will hear about this.
I'm sorry, Captain, but I didn't feel comfortable lying to a superior officer.
I have no problem telling Starfleet. I just didn't want Riker holding this over me. Now I have to think about the damage control of it all. You're dismissed.
Schadensbegrenzung, nicht so. Alter. Weil mein Display ja nicht. Achso! Ja, gut, ne? Also geht nur das Display nicht oder kommen die Alarme ja dann theoretisch das? Ich hab einen Ping auf das. Ich mag Pings.
That was unpleasant. Commander Ermont, what are the conditions of our systems?
Jetzt darf der mich mal pingen.
All internal systems operational.
Commander Westbrook, what are your scans of the planet?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
No sign of this outrageously powerful Takan being?
I'm running a magneton scan now, but so far, nothing.
Where are you? Prep your way, team. We don't know if Portal 6-3 will cooperate.
Also Nachrichten kommen an. Da wird A-Page auch locker durchkommen. Geht A-Page bei dir auch die Stundenhaltung? Ah, jetzt muss ich schon wieder da sein. Ja, die Kristalle sind fast weg.
Prove your worth keeping alive for a little while longer.
Ja.
I can't stop the ship any more than you could stop the tides.
Not good enough.
The impotent threats of a lower life form do not sway me. I will not bend to you. I was born 600,000 years ago. But a new age dawns today. Are you trying to get yourself killed? I already died once. All of us who swore ourselves to the cause did. My name is Zon Utlosa. I was born in the final days of the Age of Makto. Each of us took a leap of faith to cross the bridge of time and be reborn here.
Eventually, one of you will break.
You don't understand how overmatched you truly are. This craft was nothing before we imbued it with the speed required by our mission. And the Cartabula produces enough energy to drive an entire fleet of ships like this one. But when we wake the Aphelion, we won't need a fleet.
The Aphelion?
Only then will you understand the might of the Takan Empire. Born in this time. And when you wake the Aphelion, what are you going to do
This goes from bad to worse unless you do what they say.
It's coming alive.
He can't stop the ship.
Then he will. Or we cut off his hands and use them ourselves.
Das ist aber richtig gnadenlos, die Jungen. Fällt mir.
They will come here. For you, this is a dead end. I don't know if he's telling the truth, but I don't like it. We need a new plan.
He's just trying to talk his way out of trouble. Why would you tell us all this?
I tell you because I value my own life. When my fellow Scions come, and they will come, I expect you'll all act like the savages you are, and a battle will ensue. You've all died once. I don't intend to do so again. I won't touch those controls. If you want to get us killed, do it yourselves.
You fear death. There's a way to stop this ship for good, and he knows how. He just needs more pressure.
What kind of pressure?
We heard him. He'll talk. Trust me.
That's against Starfleet protocol.
You're not on a Starfleet ship. Your protocol does not apply. We take the action that will lead to our victory. Don't assume your moral code takes precedence above all others.
Der wird mich hassen, was ich jetzt werde.
I get the impression
Ja,
you
einer.
know how to make people talk. Think you can break his arm? No, don't.
What the hell, Carter? We don't torture people. Did you forget what uniform you're wearing? What it stands for? This isn't like you.
I just hope Kapoor didn't feel that.
That doesn't make it better.
I have only just...
Ich sage jetzt, das hasst mich dafür.
Stop, please! Wait! The warp cores. Our technology is amplifying the ship's output, and it still relies on the warp cores to provide plasma to the engines. Disable those, and the ship grinds to a halt. Sabotage.
This displays for all life forms on the ship. This is where the infiltrators are, the central artery of ship systems. Sensors, propulsion, weapons. And this is engineering.
It's deserted.
If I can get us there, can you cripple my ship? Not something I'd normally ask, but I'm coming around to it.
You just worry about getting us there. I'll handle the rest.
This plan of yours has one problem. It strands us. Left out of the fight when there is a war going on.
Our fight is here, now. This is how we do the most good. For the Empire.
For the Empire.
So, Carter, you didn't beam out after all. I thought you'd escaped when we boarded. I'd almost hoped you'd made it off. And Millie's there with you too, right? It's good you two are together.
Sounds like you miss me.
Miranda might have. She was so hopeful about you. But that's not why I called. You're not a fighter. I know it. You know it. That's why you're hiding. Somewhere on this ship. But the Takan Empire has so much to offer you. Think of all the knowledge lost for 500,000 years that you'd have access to. I know you want more from life. And I want to show you what you could be a part of. Not just the wonders you've already seen from us. In our time, we had the power to move stars. Carter, you have a thirst for discovery. And a part of you would remain to experience the things I can show you. But if you try to fight it...
You have Miranda's voice, but you're not her. And you don't know me.
Of course I do. I remember... well, I remember everything. I remember us. So I'll just explain the reality of what you're up against. Every one of us on this crusade has fought wars more brutal and consuming than you could fathom. But I want to reach a peaceful resolution to this. Carter, we have a plan for you. And for the others, too. We don't want to have to destroy you.
What's this plan you have? Is it the one where you steal our bodies and erase our minds?
That's a simplistic view of it. Your memories would live on within us. We can continue this conversation in person. I'll see you on the bridge very soon.
Our comm badges. She's tracking our location with them.
If we have to use force to free our fellow Scions, there will be casualties.
We can't stay here. And we need to disable the transmitters.
Where'd you go? You don't want to talk to me?
She's trying to keep you talking.
I mean, I get it. But I'm trying to help you.
Got it.
Mine's done too.
Time to hit the road.
You've forgotten something. They know where we're going.
Set to stun. You're not going to shoot a guy who's unconscious, are you?
You keep getting in my way.
You already broke his arm. What more do you want to do?
I want to eliminate loose ends.
And I did that for you.
Solve the problem of what to do with him. Now let's move it.
Brauche ich einen halben Ping. Ja. Was? Ist uns mich sehr voll am Freitag. Auch wenn ich am Freitag wahrscheinlich die ganze Zeit da sein werde und das Spiel spielen werde, so wie ich mich kenne. Da ist so wie ein richtiger Marathon aus veranstaltet. Aber vielleicht gibt es dafür Freitag.
Our coordinates match the exact location where Riker met Portal 6-3.
Unlike Riker's team, we beamed down without a problem.
It's quiet.
Portal has to know we're here.
If he won't come to us, we'll go to him. Spread out.
Portal 6.
This is
Ja,
where
wird sie
Portal
verdichtet.
6-3 projected his image.
He was guarding this bridge. That has to mean something.
We'll move forward when you're ready, Commander.
Okay, bin soweit. Und ihr?
Follow me.
Danke.
Ends here. Is it me, or did that path just disappear?
There was a path there a moment ago.
There must be an explanation.
Tetrametric pulses.
Same energy as the other Takan technology.
Most of the crystals appear dormant. What's different about this one?
Readings indicate there's a cavity in the rock right behind it.
We could try melting a hole through the wall with our phasers.
Worth a try. Nothing.
There's gotta be a weakness. Somewhere it isn't totally solid.
Na, Quint, wie geht's dir?
Whoa!
An illusion.
I'm sure that wall was as real as the rest of them. I felt it.
It's almost like our holodeck technology, but far more advanced.
The crystals must be absorbing the energy from our phasers.
I'm picking up something. A biosignature. It's faint, but it's there.
With me.
Another dead
Gehst
end.
gleich hoch essen? Was gibt es denn?
Crewman LaRue, if you would.
Devolve to Resolute. Beam Crewman LaRue directly to medical.
Is he okay?
He'll live.
Not all crystals work the same, it seems.
Don't fire your phasers at any crystals unless we're sure they're putting out the same pulses as before.
Ich will Feuer an. Kartoffelgratin, Kartoffelgratin mit Hähnchen und Sahnesoße. Boah. Dann. Das hört sich richtig lecker an.
Tetrametric. Good sign.
Hier, komm.
Commander!
Look at that.
Trust, but verify.
Indeed.
We don't have any data about what's below the surface on Delphi Ardu 4. And I don't feel a particularly strong urge to find out.
Then that makes two of us.
Ich glaube, ich will mal gleich fix was Süßes tun, weil. So, Essen ist fertig. Ich bin erstmal mit der guten. Au! Was doch der hier? Er ist in einem Move gescannt, deswegen dachte ich, ah, da ist vielleicht nicht. Das ist eine coole Idee. Nein, also. Hier ist. Warte mal. Der könnte es gut sein, ne? Let's try it again. Und jetzt willst du aber wissen. Hey, Olli. Olli, willkommen zurück. Ah ja.
Tetrametric. Better go see what's different.
Will nicht sagen, aber. Irgendwie in der Wand. Dem offenen Balkon. Der offene Balkon. Wir schon ja mal auf unseren Reichweite. Dass er eben so gut funktioniert hat, probieren wir es jetzt gleich nochmal. Ah, danke. Au. Was soll ich jetzt? Ich bin wieder zu doof für Sachen im Spielen. Schade, da ist immer noch eine Wand. Ich bin wieder doof. Nicht runterfallen, Controller, danke. Ja. Ja, genau, wo weit entfernten Gipfel sind. Okay, dann probieren wir jetzt rum. Let's try it. Schade.
Better go see what's different.
Der ist auf einmal nicht aus der Reichweite. Wieso auch immer jetzt nichts mehr passiert? Aber ich bin halt ehrlich, ich hab keinen Plan mehr, was ich weitermachen soll. Ja, wir müssen. Warte mal. Ich möchte ja nichts sagen, aber wie war das vorher ein bisschen anders? Oh. Ja, aber schon. Das ist auch schon Hammer. Nee, ich habe immer noch eine Mauer. Warum? Ja, ja, meldet sich, oder? Ah? Hello there.
Good work, Commander.
We'll make sure it's safe.
Ja, Streamverbindung, tschüss. Hallo Streamverbindung, wie geht's dir? So, gleich auch mal was zu trinken holen, weil langsam wird es. Ich habe schon den ganzen Tag nicht so viel leider. Leider, also diese Trinke. Ich muss eigentlich dringend mehr trinken, aber ja, komme ich nicht dazu oder ich vergesse es halt einfach. Bin ich ehrlich mit euch.
The plants here are actually alive. Is this the biosignature you detected, Doctor?
No, not a match.
Tetrametric.
Then it's creating an illusion as well.
Based on the data we have so far.
Only one thing left to do.
Doctor, be ready to beam us out if it turns out we're wrong.
Devolve to Resolute. Lock transporter on away team.
Amazing.
this in any Federation record.
The plans.
Das macht mir Angst. Hilfe.
Barbarians. It's him. How dare you disturb me?
Boah, da kommt irgendwie...
I'd hoped you had enough sense to leave of your own accord, but here you stand. Fools. In another time, I would have destroyed you and your ship simply for setting foot in this place. Fortunately for you, that time has passed.
Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire. We've come a long way to meet you.
Guardian. I am guardian of nothing. The Takan no longer exist. Don't care to be reminded. If this is why you've come, then you should leave. Now.
I'm surprised you don't know. With your powers, can't you learn anything?
I can. But you should mind your words.
The Resolute's database is being accessed.
The Takan have returned? After so long, how could they? Explain. Now.
Draconian technology made it possible. To enable the transfer of consciousness from one being to another after physical death. We call it bioforming. A group of Draconians calling themselves Scions of the Flame used it to reawaken after hundreds of millennia.
Scions of the Flame?
Is something wrong?
I'd hardly call them Takan. They were a radical faction with beliefs outside the mainstream. Beliefs that lesser life forms should serve as vessels to ensure Takan immortality. You want me to help you destroy them. That's why you've come. You want to destroy these Scions.
I won't lie to you. Yes, we want to destroy them.
Finally, some honesty.
They have an incredibly powerful energy source they call the Cartabula.
These Scions have the Cartabula.
And they've used it as a weapon against us.
I will speak with you alone.
What do you...
Genau, ja. Wird spannend.
Where are we? Where's my team?
They're safe where we left them. That the Scions have stolen the Cartabula is deeply concerning. And to be honest, I'd rather speak with you alone, John Rydeck. Your colleagues don't know what it means to be the last of one's kind. You and I are remnants of fallen civilizations. The Kobliad, the Takan. One dying, one dead. Our species could not be more different, but we both know the meaning of loss. The others wouldn't understand. It's beyond their ability to comprehend.
I see you're hurting, and I understand your pain. But pain shouldn't stop us from moving forward.
You do not understand me, nor the pain I feel for the loss of our once glorious empire. Tell me, why spend your days away from your own people when so few of them are left? Why live your life working for this federation to which the Kobliad do not even belong? And submit yourself to their authority? It makes no sense. Not by my logic.
Federation isn't an authority to be obeyed. At its heart, it's a set of principles meant to ensure the survival and safety of all species, regardless of their origin. You told Riker you'd wait until you were needed. You're needed now. We need you.
As much as it pains me to learn the Cartabula has fallen into the hands of the Scions, my services are not up for offer. To be chosen as a portal was to give one's entire self to the cause of protecting the Takon Empire. I left behind everything I know, and now you want me to turn against my own people. Betrayal of my oath, and everything I vowed to protect.
Every Takon that comes back does so by stealing someone's body. They are killing to come back.
What you call bioforming, we thought of as a marginal science. But if these reborn Takon plan to restore the Empire, is that a disaster to be avoided? Takonian technology is so advanced, it could save millions of species currently on the brink of extinction, including your own. And at the price of a small few, think of how the many could benefit. Instead, it sounds as if you are reacting out of fear before you have a full understanding of what's at stake. I don't think you've given this full consideration. You may have more to gain than to lose.
The Takon Empire is gone. It had its opportunity and proved unable to survive. There must have been a reason the Takon have faded to a distant memory. It ran its course. And those of us who are here now deserve to choose our own fate.
You said the Takon vanished for a reason. I cannot claim our empire was without sin. I'm curious to see these scions masquerading as true Takon. So I will go with you, and we shall find them. But when we do, I will judge them myself as a guardian of the Takon. To understand their true intentions, for better or worse.
It's certainly your right to make your own decisions. I won't tell you otherwise.
Very well. I'll return.
Ich mag das nicht, was der da macht.
Commander!
Hold your fire. I'm all right. He's coming with us.
We assumed the worst.
She's perfectly fine. Now then, shall we?
Perfect.
All right. We can beam up your... Do you have any equipment or tools?
Whoa.
This is all I need.
Away team +1. Ready to beam up.
Hey! Gehen wir zunächst dann nur sehen, was müssen. Bis gleich. Hallo Max und Frau Offi. Ich hoffe, ich habe es jetzt richtig ausgesprochen. So meine Hoffnung. Vielen Dank für dein Follow. Wie geht's dir? Wie war dein Tag? Voraus. Gut. Mal Höhe. Sitzen uns wieder richtig hinlegen. Ich halte den Stuhl gerade eben. Ich habe meine Goldbeeren vergessen. Ich bin doch gleich wieder da. Jetzt bin ich da. So, dann schaue ich euch mal hier wieder zu. Wie hört man das so? Und wir spielen hier weiter.
Warp cores. That's interesting.
Redundancy. If one goes down in battle, we can still operate.
Makes this more difficult, though.
This ship can maintain warp with half the cores offline. We'll need to disable 3 of them.
Well, where are the engine schematics? Power flow routing charts.
We're soldiers, not engineers. I thought you would know what to do.
We understand how to operate it under normal conditions, but not the intricacies.
You're in good hands.
Mein Ninja sagte nein.
I trust that you can.
You at least know where we should start?
This way.
Was da schon für dein Auto sorgen? Ich habe hier gehört, ich habe diese Goldbeeren-Saft. Das war geil. Das ist Banane. Ah, halt einiges. Gibt tatsächlich die Sorte Banane. Das erklärt einiges. Manche so komisch schmecken. Ja doch, das erklärt manchmal einiges. Denn ich habe mich aufgepasst. Ich habe mit meiner KDW ist leer gelaufen. Der KDW ist leer gelaufen. Out of Goldbeeren oder was? Wie ich überhaupt hochgelaufen? Komm. Was ich mal, was ich machen soll. Out of Sugar. Also, ach stimmt, das ist ja dein persönliches Auto, ne? So, basically. Ah, da. Out of Sugar. Manchmal man gar nicht. Nein. Oh wow, sagen wir nur zum Live. Junge. Dann gehen wir mal hier rauf. Nein. Ah, das war das Spiel von mir. Okay. Ich hab gerade neuen Pickel. Willst du dich verarschen? Was denn die Scheiße? Was trinkt was zum Hautarzt? Wird langsam. Langsam wird's scheiße. 15 Jahre und immer noch. Wie sonst was. Ah. Ne. Einmal kann das Spiel hat eine gute Empfindlichkeit, ne? Also wir schießen. Ich bin so langsam. Alter. Der 4 überhaupt gerne. Ist immer Cindy.
Really hot. Makes sense, since they've been producing at max output since we left Otari space.
No ship can run for very long like that. Not before a catastrophic failure hits.
It's right on the edge. We just need to figure out a way to give it a push.
Bet that console down there could tell us a few things.
Ich hab sauber die Leiter verpasst.
Whatever we do, we need to make sure the Takan can't undo it.
So we need a way to permanently disable the reactors that won't destroy the ship and kill
Ja,
us
auf
all in
der
the process.
Aber ist
You thinking what I'm
ich habe die
thinking?
Kekse geholt. Maxi Epic.
The question is, how do we make it happen?
Jetzt Freitag nicht da, ich bin jetzt nächste Woche nicht da. Das ist auch so wieder eine
The
Sache.
reactor coolant system is operating at emergency containment levels.
It's just barely keeping the temperature in check.
Maybe we can use that. If it gets this high, their system considers a reactor breach imminent. Like we saw on the bridge, all 4 warp cores are operating at full capacity. They've locked out the controls here too. No surprise there.
I can't release it.
So if we want to get the core out, we'll have to force the system to do it.
Or trick it.
The safety protocols don't look much different from the Resolute. Breach protection. Reduce output, command override. Cease matter, antimatter flow, command override. Emergency warp core ejection.
Wir haben jetzt gleich schon wieder 21 Uhr.
Even
Ne,
command
da
functions can't
da
override
bald
one
schon
of
ins
those
Bett.
crucial safety measures.
So the protocol's still active. That's good. It's like
Wieso
sensors show
ist
a
das
core's
denn
about to
so?
rupture. The computer will eject it automatically rather than risk a breach.
So we need to increase the warp core's
Bananen
temperatures.
essen.
If we destroy the coolant regulators, there won't be anything.
Wisst ihr, ich auch wieder brauche? Ich brauche wieder Saft.
And it will trigger the ejection.
Saft ist voll geil.
Peel these suckers open. I'll take that one.
I'll take the one next to it.
The second you two start dumping cores, the Takan will know we're here.
We'll be vulnerable. Stuck in one place while you work.
We will have to make a stand.
Start thinking about an escape plan. I have a feeling we're gonna need one.
We'll barricade the door. Work quickly.
We might not have our tools, but our phasers can do this in a pinch. We better get this right. If we foul it up and this whole thing goes boom... We don't know how much damage that Cartabula will do if we accidentally crack it open.
Listen, the best way to make sure something goes wrong is to stress.
Das ist physisch.
Keep your mind on the job. We'll be okay.
Yeah, we will.
Ich glaube, ich sollte mal anfangen, richtigen Pfirsich
It's
zu
not a
essen.
Starfleet warp core, but the coolant regulator has to be in
Ich
her.
glaube, es genauso schmeckt. Mann, ey.
There you are. Time to heat things up.
Warning. Warning. Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Okay, now they're definitely gonna know.
Mir
we're
jetzt den
down here.
Phaser
Core
nicht
output
haben.
at critical level. Ejecting core.
Just one more to go.
They're here.
They're cutting through the door. We don't have much time.
Och, nicht schon wieder die Scheiße. Au! Arschgeigen! Ja, sorry. Au! Ne, ich hab keinen Bock mehr aufzustehen. Ich bin ja recht tot direkt. Ich hab keinen Bock drauf. Mehr. Oh.
Hey! Would you mind not shooting at the matter antimatter reactor?
I'll cover you.
What? No!
Get the warp core done. We're all dead.
Ach, das soll jeder wieder schießen. Lass die doch nicht schießen. Nee. So nicht. Ich muss Mausen, dass es zuspielt. Ich habe deutlich besseres mit damit. Mann! Aber gerade noch was zu tun. Das ist spektakulär, aber egal. Aber egal.
Warp drive disengaged.
You did it.
You got another way out of here?
I think so.
Tosca, can you climb?
I'll see you on the parade grounds of Sorella, my friend.
Das ist richtig. Los, klettern!
You want me? I'm right here.
Not you too.
Calm yourself, child. It will all be better soon. Wake up, Manka Umet.
Anker Ulmet hört sich nicht gut an.
Return to us. Rejoin the flame.
To reclaim what was lost.
watch this. I do. I want to remember every moment when I make them pay. But this isn't the end. I will avenge Itasca. Swear to me, you will join me in this.
How about we try to save her?
That's a dream.
We have a mission. We have to stay on track because this is bigger than all of us.
They defile my poor Itasca with every moment they take breath in her body. I will not let that stand.
Ja, aber das Falsche gesagt. Also behaupten.
There's so much I want to ask you.
There's so little I can tell you. I'm not a scientist, but I'll certainly do my best. I can only assume this is one of your older starships. One would think, given the importance of your mission, they might send a ship of a more recent vintage. But, apparently not.
The Resolute is primarily a research vessel, if that's what you mean. Not a warship.
Although she has been known to hold her own in a fight.
Against what?
Borg.
Something wrong?
Not at all. The galaxy has grown more diverse since the days of the Takon Empire.
Because you conquered everyone who didn't look like you.
To the contrary. Most lesser civilizations willingly join the Empire to enjoy the benefits of an advanced way of life. But that expansion came with its own set of problems, so I admire your ability to diversify without creating conflict. That was always our challenge. And perhaps, ultimately, our downfall.
The Federation prides itself on its inclusiveness. I'd say it's one of our greatest strengths.
As the Vulcans say, infinite diversity in infinite combinations.
Interesting. I'd be curious to meet one of these Vulcans.
Der Wunsch wird vielleicht früher oder später wahr.
If this is the best you have, then so be it. To locate this scion, Galvan, I'll need full access to your ship's systems.
Full access?
Huh. You must be out of your mind.
No, I'm right here, completely in my mind.
Diese schön trockene Antwort, geil.
I won't be able to find him without it.
Du müsstest auf jeden Fall schon verloren haben. Nein. Ich bin hier. Jetzt hier. Und meine Gedanken in mir. Geile Antwort. Alter. Das fühle ich aber richtig hart.
Perhaps I should have made that clear up front.
Bitte.
I'll need to make certain modifications.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Excellent.
Solano's gonna flip when he hears this.
I'll see you on the bridge. Captain Solano, I'd like to introduce you to Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takon Empire.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain.
Likewise. I can't say I've ever met a portal before. There is no modern equivalent. Not within the Federation, at least.
He's been kind enough to agree to help us find Galvan.
I am at your service. To whatever extent I can be of help.
If nothing else, I'm sure you're happy for a change of scenery. You spent 600,000 years at your posts. That certainly takes an uncommon level of dedication.
We all have our duty.
Of course. But I'm curious. You were stationed there in preparation for what exactly?
Any and all threats to the Empire.
An empire that no longer exists. Which suggests you weren't very successful.
You said you needed my help. I didn't come here to be insulted. Perhaps that was a mistake. I'd be happy to return to Delphi Ardu at any time.
You'll have to forgive him. I'm sure he meant nothing by it.
I know exactly what he meant. His disrespect speaks for itself.
I'm merely curious where your allegiances might lie. Clearly it's with the Takan.
Yes, Captain. You have found me out and exposed my true loyalties. To the Takan, not to the Scions of the Flame, who do nothing more than tarnish us in name and reputation and don't deserve to be called Takan. That's why I'm here. And if you'd be so kind as to give me access to your ship's systems, we can get on with it. And you can stop wasting my time.
Access to our systems? That's completely out of the question. Tell me that's not what you promised. We're vulnerable enough as it is. And now we're supposed to give him access to everything? Ridiculous.
Morgen kann ich das gar nicht, weil ich Übungen sind. Aha. Und morgen wirst du es zu tun.
Captain, I know it's a risk, but right now it's our best shot at finding Galvin and that ship.
Here she was, naive enough to believe it wouldn't be a problem. Little did she realize the levels of ignorance and incompetence she was up against.
If you're not enjoying your visit to our ship, we'd be more than happy to let you wither away back on your pathetic little rock.
Captain?
You clearly do not appreciate the magnitude of the threat.
Der Captain geht mir gerade so einen Ticken auf den Sack. Na.
I will not be leaving.
Oh, hast schon für 6 Minuten. Oh, das tut mir leid, Audi. Adi, es tut mir leid. Einfach schon vor 6 Minuten gute Nacht gesagt. Oh, sorry, ich hab's nicht gesehen.
Commander Ryder, a word.
And to think, I waited 600,000 years for this.
You realize that's supposed to be in an incredibly difficult position. I was against seeking him out from the start, but now, to give him access to our systems? It's insane. And you somehow expect me to believe his allegiance is with us? You heard what he said.
Blah, 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 blah.
I might otherwise agree, but you're missing the most important point. He's a Takan, and he may be loyal to the Takan, but not to the Scions of the Flame. He's against everything they believe in. You heard what he said.
There's too much at stake to be wrong on this.
We sought him out for a reason. To help him find our missing crew, Galvin, and those Elydian ships. This is the plan we agreed to with Ambassador Spock.
Which I never liked. But here we are. You know what this mission means to us. Not just for the Federation, but for me personally. I can't afford another screw-up. Losing the shield algorithms was bad enough. This...
Er geht mir damit auf den Sack.
I'm sorry, Captain. You know I support you, but millions of lives and the future of the Federation are at stake here. Both of which are more important right now than your career.
It's not just mine. It's both of ours.
Then so be it.
I'm going to trust your instincts on this one. I just hope you're right. For both of our sakes. Let me know if you find anything.
We're good. You may begin.
I will, of course, have to make a few modifications.
What kind of modifications?
To find Taconian technology requires Taconian technology. If this Scion Galavan modified his ships, then I must do likewise to yours.
Ey, aus, böse!
The galaxy is nearly infinite in size and complexity. This may take a moment.
How long will
I
it
found
take?
something. There you are.
What is it? Galvin?
Someone is using Draconian technology. I can't get the precise bearings, but it's located in the Palisades cluster.
I'll let the captain know. Rydick to Solano. I think Portal may have located Galvin.
I'll be right there.
I'm getting all kinds of interference. Almost impossible to lock on the energy signature.
Where's he hiding?
In the Palisades cluster.
Interesting. Can you lock in on the location?
Not until you get me closer.
Lieutenant Handar, set a course for the Palisades cluster.
Aye, Captain.
Well, I suppose I owe you an apology. You were right after all. That's what I get for questioning the advice of my first officer. You always have my back.
They say the true measure of a leader is being able to admit your mistakes. So thank you.
Next time I'll do a better job of listening. Nice work.
Yep.
Let me know if you find anything more.
Will do. What's wrong?
I didn't want to say anything until I was certain. But the reason for the interference is simple. There's a Draconian device on this ship being used to block the signal. Whoever planted it was exceptionally clever. They knew how and where to hide it. But they have underestimated my abilities.
Engineering.
Take care of the Draconian device, and I can find Galvin for you. It's designed to interfere with all transmissions, or at least delay and confuse the effort to find Galvin's ship.
Hold on. My understanding is that Takan technology requires a Takan to operate. Is there another Takan on this ship?
The Scions could have someone on the ship, doing everything they can to stop us from finding Galvin.
Don't worry, I'll get this fixed. We're going to find that ship. Engineers would have found this device already if it wasn't well hidden. Better to rely on my tricorder. There's a lot of noise in here. I should scan the device putting out the most radiation to filter it out. That's better. Most other radiation sources in here are well contained. There's definitely tetrametric radiation nearby. But even with the gain boosted, it's getting drowned out by other sources of radiation in here. These tubes thump harmonics from all over the ship. I'll filter that out. There's still something drowning out the tetrametric radiation. I need to find it so I could filter it out as well. A little bit of harmless radiation leakage here, but enough to mask the tetrametric pulses. Easy enough to cancel out. There we go. I'm getting a clear tetrametric signal now.
Aber ein kleiner, also beispielsweise den Preis. Der kleinen. Aber ein FPS droppt mir ja gerade richtig. Fuck.
Found it.
Excuse me, do you belong here? Commander Rydek. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was you.
Paul. Calloway, right?
Yes, You know, it means a lot that you remembered. What, are you doing back here? I don't mean to pry, but first officers don't usually go digging around engineering compartments.
Just a routine systems check. We've been having problems with our comms lately.
Oh, that's news to me. I haven't heard anything about it.
Probably because the comm system isn't working. Have you seen anyone else in here recently that might seem out of the ordinary? Maybe someone who doesn't work in engineering.
Not that I can think of, but I can ask around. I'm here almost all the time, but maybe someone else noticed something?
That's okay. Don't bother. I'll figure it out.
Okay, but I'm happy to help if you need me. Well, I'll leave you alone already. Oh, come to think of it, that Hotari woman was down here earlier with Dr. Duvall finishing the last of the bioscans.
Tylus?
That would be out of the ordinary, right?
Thank you.
Bitte nicht.
Maybe Tylus saw something. Tylus, can I speak to you for a moment?
Of course. Is something wrong?
There's something happening. I may need your help. This is important.
How can I help?
When you were in engineering with Dr. Duvall, did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Or anyone?
Not particularly. Why?
I found this, hidden in a compartment down there.
That's Draconian technology. Does that mean there's a scion on board? But Dr. Duvall bioscanned everyone. Every deck, every crew member, I've seen the logs. She couldn't have been more thorough.
It's entirely possible it was Miranda who planted the device before we caught her.
But we can't assume anything at this point. It could be anyone.
That includes both of us.
You want me to get scanned? Better to know for sure, right? I'll admit, I was around the Scions as much as anybody.
I would feel more comfortable if you did.
I understand.
Clear.
Now it's your turn.
Sure.
Clear.
Don't sound so surprised.
You spend plenty of time with the Scions as well. You never know.
Let's get to it. The search starts in engineering. Whoever planted the device most likely did it within the last few hours. So I'll start by running a scan, tracking everyone who came through engineering over the last day, in reverse order.
This could take forever to sort through the number of people that were in engineering.
Ich hab nicht.
I'll filter out the duplicates.
Oh, that helps.
Filtering for outliers. People who don't work in engineering.
Ah ja, so gut.
This is manageable.
Cross-referencing this list with everyone who's traveled to Hotari. Let's see who's left. No, this can't be right.
What?
Of the people that went to Hotari and visited engineering, it could only have been Captain Solano.
According to this, he was here while you went down to Delphi RD4. Which would have been the perfect opportunity. And no one would question him. He's the captain.
Ach, scheiße,
I've
verdrückt.
known Captain Solano for almost my entire life. I wouldn't be here, or who I am, without his help and guidance. If
Hab
this
mich
is
so
true,
verdrückt, Junge.
if they really got him, then this is just devastating.
I know it doesn't look good, but we don't know for sure. Not yet.
What happened when Dr. Duval bioscanned Captain Solano?
That's just it. She never did.
How is that possible?
Something more urgent would always come up. There was nothing she could do. But performing the bioscan is the only way to be absolutely sure.
That's not going to be easy. First thing I need to do is get this device to Portal.
Be careful. And good luck.
I'll need it. I've found the device.
Interference is gone. I have located Galvin's ship more precisely. He's in the Usonia system.
So then it worked.
This whole region was one of the most sacred for the ancient Takan. What many consider the birthplace of our civilization. See these comets and planetoids in the outer orbits? Based on their current trajectory, that's Galvin's destination. And legend tells us it's the location of what was once our largest arsenal. Not that we needed it in the late stages of the Empire, but it was there as a precaution nonetheless.
What kind of weapons are in this arsenal?
It's difficult to know what would have survived from the time of the Empire, but be assured that the damage they have done so far by altering your current technology will be minuscule compared to proper Taconian firepower. If Galvin and the other Scions secure the arsenal, they will become extremely dangerous. My people had such power at the height of the Empire. The Takan were as gods, keeping absolute control over countless worlds. I must speak with them directly. However, the presence of this device is worrying. It's highly likely it was placed here by a Scion, hidden among your crew, and it is unlikely this interference device was the Scion Saboteur's only trap. If we reach Galvin and the Saboteur cripples your ship, we will be at their mercy. Even my powers will not be able to protect us. Do you know who it is? They may well do more damage if left alone. Time is not on your side.
Just leave that to me. I hope to resolve it soon.
The longer you wait, the more time we lose. Bioforming was so rare in the time of the Empire that I am not able to detect if it has taken place. Whoever you suspect, proof is something you will have to provide on your own.
I'll have it. Once I've bioscanned the person I suspect. I just need to visit Dr. Duval.
Und vorher würde ich sie scannen. Nur um sicher zu gehen.
Told me you were worried about him. But I never imagined this was what was wrong.
I wouldn't be asking you if there was any other possibility.
And it would explain why Solano has been too busy for a bioscan lately.
As the ship's doctor, you have the authority to declare him unfit to serve.
If you're right, this is the worst case scenario. Challenging your own captain is a tall order. Are you sure you're prepared for this? If you fail, that's it. The end of your career.
I am. I have to be.
Good. You know what this is going to take. I'm in. But we can't pull this off with just the two of us. I technically have the authority to make Solano undergo a scan, but in reality, he can and will refuse to do it. We need at least another member of the senior staff to support your claim, or this could all blow up in our faces. You better think long and hard about who you can trust.
Komm. Gerade spannend auf dem Schiff.
stop dead. At least stuck at impulse power.
The Takan enhancements must be able to brute force limited bursts of warp output.
Yeah, but they won't get to wherever they were headed at this rate. They're just limping along now.
So where does that put us?
Maybe I can answer that.
Erstmal. Bin verwirrt. Was ist meine Mission jetzt hier?
I got the ship's heading.
They've changed course. Drastically.
Looks like they're headed here. Usonia system. They might stop there.
Can we use the Zeldi's comms to signal your fleet?
Comm systems are locked.
Grab hold! The inertial dampeners can barely keep up. They keep forcing this ship to make these short warp jumps. They're going to tear it apart.
Zeldi is still made by a Lydian hand, despite all this Takan corruption. We'll hope.
We just gotta stay safe until Starfleet can find us.
Your people. Is there somewhere you go when you die?
Life after death? No. On my homeworld, some people think they can cheat death in a way by joining with the Trill symbiont. But that's not a life to me.
What about you? Is there another plane of existence for you? With every passing battle, as I get older, I think about it more.
I believe there's an afterlife.
You do?
Yeah.
Then you should understand this. My people have a special journey. When Lydians die, we rejoin our comrades, family, and ancestors.
On the parade grounds of Cirella?
That is just one part of it, but yes. Death is not the end for us. So, even if some part of Itasca remains, by letting the Takan use her body, at best we are delaying the inevitable next step for her. At worst, we are leaving her as a prisoner in her own mind. You want to save the transformed.
Glas gefunden.
So do I.
Now that I've seen it happen, does it make me a hypocrite to say he has a point? What if we can't get them back? We can't leave them like that, right?
I think Itasca would want to be released. To think of what she could be going through right now.
I know it's awful to think about, but if they're still alive, we can still try to help them. We lose that option once they're dead.
I had a sister, a twin. It's very rare among the Trill.
You never told me that.
She was one of the youngest hosts to ever join with a symbiont. A sentient creature that lives in our body. It's considered a great honor. The symbiont can bring centuries of knowledge and wisdom to the host. But sometimes, the symbiont personality suppresses the host entirely. My sister was the closest person in the world to me. I knew she would be different after joining. But she drew more and more distant. The room we shared growing up was foreign to the both of us. And eventually she, or whoever she'd become, cut me out entirely. So I left for Starfleet and swore I'd never go back. I couldn't stand the thought of seeing her.
So, losing Miranda like this, it opened an old wound.
Never really closed up in the first place.
You remind me of Itasca.
I do?
Bonds are not made by what runs through your veins, but the blood you spill together. Itasca was my family in that way. I want you to know there is nothing I won't sacrifice to win this fight. But if we're lucky enough to survive, I'd be honored if you'd count me as one of your tribe. As Itasca was.
Even a couple of engineers like us?
You are many things.
I don't need to wait that long. We've bled together. No one else will know what we've been through. That makes us a tribe. Right here.
I'll take that.
They not cease this madness.
What is this place?
Is that the Veskar?
Another one of yours?
Not anymore. They've corrupted it. Just like the Zeldi.
Now there are 2 ships. Did this just get better or worse?
It certainly doesn't bode well for the crew of the Veskar. So many lives stolen.
It's worse. This is definitely worse.
Thanks. That really helps.
This doesn't look like the Aphelion. What are they doing
Soll
here?
ich dann sagen?
You don't think they're just meeting their buddies?
Maybe, but then why are their buddies here?
Prepare for transfer.
The storm. It's back.
Nö.
Hold on. Scanning. Disrometric radiation is dropping. The Zeldi's dropped to minimal power levels.
It's running off just the one warp core now.
That means
They've sent the Cartabula to that other ship.
Fuck. Und nochmal die Mission machen. Verdammt. Meuterei auf der Resolute. Scheiße.
Something wrong, Captain?
no, nothing's wrong. In fact, I was just going to call for you. I'm needed down in engineering. The bridge is yours.
Dann machen wir gleich die Mission noch mal. Fängt es nicht laut an zu sprechen. Ihn oder sie. Einer von den beiden.
Lieutenant Bedrosian, a word, please.
Yes, Commander. What can I do for you?
Was denn?
Listen,
Ah,
the
fuck.
captain may have been compromised.
What?
I have every reason to believe he has been bioformed and is now actively working against us.
Hold on. This makes no sense. Did Portal do something to you?
I'm dead serious. Someone is sabotaging the mission. They planted a Taconian device in engineering. Captain Solano was in
Schön, dass ich
engineering
das.
while we were on Delphi.
Es ist ja schön, dass ich hier einen Laptop-Monitor habe, der ein bisschen größer ist als der OBS-Bildschirm, den ich sehe, was ihr mal dann seht, ne? Also ich das Spiel im Grunde genommen gerade darüber über den OBS-Monitor spiele. Oder schaue.
By Ardu-4, and
Hä?
he purposely
Warum?
deleted Dr. Duval's bioscan. He's not Captain Solano anymore. He's a scion.
Which would make you captain. So you're saying you're taking command of the ship? Because if you are, that's one hell of a bold move. And you better be absolutely sure you have your facts straight.
As first officer, it is my duty and responsibility to protect the interests of the ship and its crew when the captain has been compromised.
I get that part. I read the manual. But without proof, you're talking about mutiny.
I have Duval's support. We're going to ask the captain to undergo a bioscan. When he refuses, I need you to back me up.
Back when we were on the shuttle, you chose my safety over the lives of a dozen Illyrians. I've wondered again and again if I deserved that. If you made the right call. But if it's why I'm here now, able to help you save the Resolute, maybe the whole Federation, then I'm glad you did. So, my answer is yes. I'm with you no matter what. When do we act?
Now. Dr. Duval is already on the bridge.
All right. I'm ready.
Warum hat man sie noch nicht gescannt? Doktor, so. Bevor sie scannt, will ich, dass sie gescannt wird, Jungs. FPS droppen schon wieder.
Captain Solano.
Commander Rydek, we need to talk about... Doctor? What brings you to the bridge?
Just a bit of housekeeping. You owe me a bioscan, Captain.
I don't have time for that right now.
It will only take a moment. I can't put this off any longer.
You can, and you will. All you'll find is that I'm quite reasonably under stress given the circumstances, and you aren't making it better. I'll find you in sickbay when I'm good and ready. Or, if you're gonna stand in the way of the mission, I can find you in the brig instead.
Please, Captain.
Denied. Remember your station.
Commander Rydek is right, Captain. We all have to follow the rules.
What is this?
We need you to comply with the scan, Captain.
That's enough. Drop this. All of you. I'm giving you a direct order, Commander Rydek. Stand down and go back to your post. Now. Do not make me tell you again. I've been a starship captain since before you were in the academy.
This is for your own good, Captain.
Oh, hasst mich richtig.
This is for your own good as well. Security to the bridge. Arrest Commander Rydek. Take her to the brig.
On what charge?
Conspiring with the enemy and mutiny.
Get back. Give her a chance to speak. Let's hear what she has to say.
That's enough, Lieutenant Bedrosian. Step aside or you'll join her in the brig.
Und jetzt die FPS.
This is not Captain Solano. He's been bioformed. He's a...
Aber ne, sie hat die Doktorin, also nur ich will es jetzt so ein bisschen ausges... Die Doktorin hat ja die Macht, dann den Captain zu sagen, so, aber du bist nicht mehr Captain. Kommen Sie mit auf die Krankenstation. Oder in einer Arrestzelle oder whatever. Können das Kommando nicht mehr führen. Das Recht hat der Doktor, der Chefarzt, Chefärztin auf einem Schiff der Föderation. Warum macht sie das nicht? Ne, dann wäre es erstmal so gar nicht zu dieser Situation gekommen, so wegen, ja, ich hole die Sicherheit aufs Rücke. Und des Weiteren so spitzt sich jetzt gerade dadurch, dass sie es nicht gesagt hat, unnötig zu. Captain Riker. Captain Riker war überrascht von Jarrus Zuversicht in Bezug auf Hilfe gesucht bei Portal 6.3. Und er war froh, dass Jarrus bezüglich der gestohlenen Schildalgorithmen ehrlich und transparent war.
You're out of your mind.
She can prove it.
He sabotaged our efforts to track Galvin with this. planted it in engineering while we were down on Delphi Ardu 4.
Lies! Perpetrated by the only Takan in our midst, Portal 6-3. He's actively trying to divide us from within.
Captain Solano has refused to be bioscanned because he knows it will reveal he's a scion.
Take her to the brig, or I'll do it myself. Oh!
Der hat geschossen.
Wait, stand down. That's an order.
What is the meaning of this? Everyone hold until we get answers. This cannot happen on the bridge of a Federation starship.
I can prove I'm right if you just give me a chance. If I'm wrong, then I will face the consequences.
If you're wrong, there's no coming back from this.
I'm going to settle this once and for all.
Danke. Jetzt noch ins Gesicht, bitte. Oder doch besser davor. So. Einfach nur so für ein Gefühl.
Commander Rydick was right. Captain Solano has been compromised. He's been bioformed into a Takan.
As the Chief Medical Officer of the USS Resolute, I'm relieving Captain Zachary Solano of command.
Danke! Das hättest du schon längst machen können. Aber muss das denn...
I don't know what I expected, but not this.
Muss ja eigentlich passiert sein. Eigentlich passiert sein. Eigentlich. Als er alleine mit der Königin ETC war. Nie alleine. Er ist auch nicht runtergegangen oder so.
I don't think Starfleet likes it when you do that. Even when you're right. It doesn't look good.
I might not be alive if you hadn't.
Yeah. I suppose you're right.
Würde so interessieren, was der Phaser gestellt war. Nur so aus Interesse halber. Räumen oder töten?
Set course for the Usonia system. Maximum warp. It's time to face Galvin.
Yes, Commander. Sorry. Captain. On your command.
Engage.
Ja, sie sagt es jetzt jedes Mal. Sagt es jetzt jedes Mal. Ow, 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 ow,
Taking
ow.
fire. Red alert. All hands to battle stations. Shield status.
Set. set to maximum, but with the algorithms compromised, they may not do much.
Captain, that other Elydian ship is here.
The Zeldi?
We're outnumbered.
Captain, your orders.
Return fire on the Zeldi.
Returning fire. No effect. Their shields are holding.
The Veskar's warp engines are powering up.
Ich hätte noch mal die Option gehabt, so. Schade.
Our warp engines are offline.
That must have been their goal. They didn't want us to chase the Veskar.
According to my readings, they also took the Cartabula with them.
They're not breaking off. We have to destroy the Zeldi before it destroys us.
Diaz and Edsalar still over there?
They'll need to evacuate.
Come on.
I almost have it.
They gotta know we're here. Hurry! You got it?
Got it. Diaz to Resolute.
We read you, Diaz.
This is Ermot. It's good to hear your voice. Is Edsalar? Is she with you? Everyone wants to know.
Yeah, we're both here. We're both okay.
Very good, Petty Officer.
Can you get us out of here?
I can't transport you out while the Zeldi's shields are up.
Ich ahne, was kommt.
Is there another way off that ship?
We'll find a way.
Whatever you do, you'll have to be quick about it. Because we can't give you much more time. We can't let them fire on the Zeldi.
Understood. Diaz out. We're gonna have to get out of here the old-fashioned way.
Elydian ships have no escape pods.
We can leave out that cargo bay we transported to before. But then there's the vacuum of space to contend with.
Those freight containers. Maybe we could use those to make an escape pod?
Is that even possible?
We're gonna make it possible. Unless you have a better idea.
Let's go.
Oh, auch schön.
That should allow us to take a few more hits.
Ey, wie kann das Ding schießen?
Heading, Captain?
Attack pattern Delta. Target ventral power couplings.
Aye, Captain.
Zeldi, in range.
Fire!
Zeldi's shields down to 82%.
Natürlich fressen wir alles.
Damage, but they're hitting us right back. We'll run out of hull before we penetrate their shields.
Perhaps I can be of assistance. I can modify your impulse engines to amplify their meager output and avoid more of their attacks. But I will need full access to your propulsion systems.
This goes against dozens of Starfleet regulations.
Not a security risk if the alternative is destruction.
To me, it's simple. You can take this beating and hope you weather it. Or will you put your trust in me? I've left everything behind.
Also ich bin für ihn. Ersatzerschützungen, sag ich so wie es ist.
Commander Ermot, give portal access to the propulsion systems. You're going to have the ship in your hands. Don't let me down.
This will take a moment.
Danke von den. Jetzt noch so Waffen verstärken. So. Ich nichts kriegen.
Your ship has let up its fire.
That gives us some time.
All right. One of these freight containers should do the trick.
Be quick.
We need one big enough for all of us to fit inside. Something we can make airtight. Damn it, not this one.
Here we go. This'll work.
That's great, but it's not airtight yet.
No problem. We'll just seal it up.
This container is extremely heavy. Even with the containment field open, it won't leave the bay quickly.
I'll find something to accelerate our exit.
Ja, wir haben wieder unsere Schilde.
Very little damage.
I cannot keep this up for long.
Their phaser banks are recharging. Now's our window. We have to strike back.
I agree.
Their next barrage could be our last. Better make this count.
Target their weapon systems. Take the teeth out of their bite.
That could make them run. Just like the Veskar, we'd lose Diaz and Etzelar again. Hit their engines. We've already lost the Veskar.
We need to protect ourselves first.
Target their weapon systems.
Hi, Captain. Firing torpedoes.
Whoa. We gotta move it now.
These will give us the push we need.
Those are explosives.
We'll ride the blast right out of here. All set.
I'll set the containment field to deactivate, and then run back. We can detonate by remote.
We'll need to seal the doors from inside the container once we do.
Before all the air sucks out of the cargo bay.
Just a few more moments.
Hurry! What are they doing in there? Please, help me.
No. Let the Khan get what they deserve.
Don't leave me to die.
I don't know. Can we really leave her?
She can figure her own way out of this.
This ship has no weapons. Sidran's going to ram it into your Federation ship. Please, Amenta.
Oh,
It's not her.
no. I know it's not.
Carter, we have to seal the doors.
Don't leave me.
Get
Mach
the
doch
flight on the ship before
endlich.
you crash into the Resolute.
We're going.
Winke, meine Winke.
Etzelar to Resolute.
I have the awaiting.
Go ahead.
We're about to exit.
We see the cargo bay containment field is deactivated.
Get that tractor beam ready.
Zeldy's coming about.
They're going to charge the Resolute.
Direct collision would be catastrophic.
We can't wait any longer. We have to fire.
Happen. They're almost out of there.
We need to act fast.
We can't wait for you, Petty Officer. Get out of there now.
Locked on and ready to fire.
Fire!
Detonate!
Die tun ihren Job. Also, ich muss in 4 Minuten ins Bett.
Tractor beam's locked on. We have them. They'll be pulled into the docking bay shortly.
There's something else. I tracked a transporter signal to the planetoid moments before the Zeldi detonated.
Sidron.
Sidron?
There's a Takan structure there. It's the reason they were here. It's the reason we are here. Now.
What's down there?
Answers.
From what I can tell, it's larger than the structure on Tau.
Is this the Takan arsenal Galvin was after?
Legend says this region once held the sacred mysteries of the Takan Empire. Our greatest treasure. Our most fearsome technology.
I want a full security detail. Westbrook, Bredrosian, you're with me. Mr. Ermont, you have the con.
Wait. You're not the first officer anymore. The captain is supposed to stay with the ship. I'm surprised Lieutenant Bedrosian didn't raise that first.
I thought Captain Rydek knew what she was doing.
You're right. But this is too important for me to sit out. You'll just have to make sure nothing happens to me down there.
Of course, Captain.
We'll deal with the first officer vacancy when we return. Until then, Mr. Ermont?
Yes, Captain.
Any sign of Sidron?
Not that I can see.
High alert, everyone. The enemy could be anywhere. Follow my lead.
Let's make this a short mission, all right?
That's the plan.
I'm no security officer. I'll do my best to make sure nothing happens. Captain.
Entweder geht auf ein Federing oder dann
Phasers should make quick work of the ice.
der Gang sieht zumindest, finde ich, sehr richtig aus. Kann auch richtig wissen.
Is this another Takan vault?
Da ist er.
I don't see a way in.
Vault in the mine is
20.
already open.
There must be some way to activate it.
Portal, can you open it? It is a Taconian vault.
I thought you'd never ask. You're welcome. Better to keep it simple. Sometimes the answer is staring you right in the face.
Thank you. Definitely easier this way.
Wissen die, dass die da wieder atmen können? Also ich hätte die nicht abgesetzt. Ich spiele das jetzt noch so zu Ende. Kapitel. Und mein Kapitel muss ich dann Cut setzen. Leider Gottes, weil naja.
Spread out. Let's see what we can find. And stay on high alert. We don't know where the Takan that beamed down here could be.
Ich morgen leider wieder arbeiten muss. Liegt morgen nicht so los, es geht. Dann will ich definitiv streamen. Also, weil ich kann Freitag ein bisschen länger schaffen als 5 Uhr. Das ist das Schöne und ja, weil unwahrscheinlich ist.
Trivial for a Takan, but only a Takan. When you come across a device you cannot use, merely call my name.
Will do. Thank you.
Ich überlege, dass ich jetzt schon wieder seit 3 Stunden hier streame. Keine Ahnung, ob.
Do you know what this place was used for?
It feels familiar, but I'm not certain. The Empire was vast. I did not know every corner of it, and much was built after I became a portal. However, Takan would not build such a place without something precious to protect.
Whatever that is, we have to find it before Galvin does.
Auf ein Rätsel, bin ich ehrlich. Einfach kein Rätsel, bitte. Rätsel nicht gut, Leute.
This pattern resembles the transporter device Petty Officer Maris used to escape the Resolute. Portal 6-3?
You wish to make use of this device?
It's a transporter of some kind?
It allows Takan to move through space instantly a short distance. Very convenient. I will activate the system for you.
Really?
Where does it go?
I'm not sure. The markings here must be from after my time.
Well, only one way to find out.
Try and error. Weiß ich. Ah ja. Hey! It's like a try and error. Hm. Aber soll ich ihn jetzt noch scannen?
Soil. Just soil. It's not from this planet, nor any planet in the Federation database.
Darf ich ja nicht. Honig? Habe ich schon. Auch schon gescannt. Ja auch. Und dann darf ich hier suchen. Ah.
Why is this here?
This is soil from the homeworld. Our capital system. This isn't an arsenal. It's a temple of the ancients. Sacred ground to the Takon. I took my oath as a guardian of the Empire in a place just like this. You cannot imagine the look of pride in my parents' eyes as they said goodbye. Forever. Sorry. This is the first I've seen of anything new from the Takon Empire in a very long time. I'm sure you're familiar with the feeling. That sense of loss. Thought I was ready for it. But it cuts to the core of your being, even with your defenses up.
I'm so sorry to put you through this. I know it must be difficult.
Don't apologize. I'm glad I came. This means a great deal to me.
Can you use this to find out more about what Galvin is after?
The information's encrypted. I can only discern that it's a warship. No. It's the Aphelion. Perhaps the most powerful Takonian ship ever built. I can't access the full file, but looking through the ship's schematics, it appears to be equipped with some sort of experimental, highly advanced transporter technology.
Transporter technology? For what?
Captain, you better come see this.
Genau dafür fürchte ich.
There are more up ahead.
From the looks of it, I'd say someone left in a hurry.
Probably right around the time we showed up.
Das finde ich nicht in Ordnung. Nice.
I've seen these before, in the other vault. And if all of those are the same as this, then there must be
Hundreds of millions, if not billions. All that remains of the Takon civilization. A distinct person, encapsulated in crystalline form. Preserved for all eternity.
I doubt Galvin would willingly leave these behind. So odds are, he'll be back.
Unless this is why he sent Sidron here. You have to understand is, these life forms were preserved for the benefit of the Takon civilization. As a means of safeguarding the health and well-being of any Takon, should they fall prey to illness or injury. They were never intended to be used for this purpose.
There you are wrong. This was always their purpose, to restore the glory that was lost. Congratulations on your first victory in battle, Captain Riker. You killed a great many of my compatriots, some that I've known for millennia. Are you proud of how much death you've caused? Each Takon life is precious, irreplaceable. Centuries of knowledge and culture, lost with each one you murder.
I was protecting my crew. It's regrettable to take any life. But when someone threatens galactic civilization, force is the correct response.
And I suppose it worked. For now. Thankfully, I don't have to convince you of anything. We'll all be on the same side soon enough.
You can't just bioform whoever you want. Not without a fight.
But that's just it. There won't be a fight. In fact, most won't even know what's happened. 1 minute you're standing there as you. The next you're standing here as one of us.
He's talking about mass transformation. That's what the Aphelion was built for.
The transporter. It'll reconstitute your DNA and bioform you into a Takon in the blink of an eye. This is what they'll use as ammunition.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. Of course, that's the simple version. But the end result will be the same.
Your time has passed. The Takon Empire is gone.
Only to be reborn better and stronger than it ever was. The Aphelion is on its way here.
Ich will ins Bett.
Now it's
Hier ist nicht. Bitte.
You can't delay that which is inevitable. Which makes your next decision fairly simple.
Ja, wir sind mal die Idee am Ende. Ich hab da gerade reingeschaut. Leute.
I am.
Your sole purpose is to serve as a guardian of the Takon Empire. But you stand here surrounded not by your fellow Takon, but by members of the Federation. By people who deny our fundamental right to exist. You swore an oath to protect the Empire. And I can only assume that's why you're here.
There is only one true Takon here, and that's Portal. You're a scion, A disgrace to the memory of the Takan, brought back through unnatural means.
I only tolerate your presence so long as you continue to amuse me. Which side are you on?
Captain Rydek, long-range sensors suggest a massive spacecraft approaching in the distance.
The time has come. I hope we speak again, brother.
Versuch was wird.
Estimated time to contact, 6 minutes and counting.
We can't stay here. We have to get back to the ship.
And we have to preserve these souls. We must take them back to your ship.
Those crystals are ammunition to be used against us. We have to destroy them. Bombard the site from orbit.
I'll decide, once we're safely aboard the Resolute. Forward to transport.
Ja, die Jungen können die Leute putzen, also. Darf ich jetzt? Das Kapitel dann. Cliffhanger. Nochmal weiter, okay.
You have to hear me out, Captain. I've always stood by you. I committed mutiny for you. But if you bring those things on board, I'll have no choice but to resign.
If they're taken to the Ophelia, they will be forced into new bodies, brought back to life in a way they never asked for.
They're not living beings, but they're still dangerous. And if you don't make decisions to protect us, we're gonna end up like Solano. You, me, the entire crew. We're all next.
Minutes and counting. It's headed straight toward the vault. The Aphelion is coming into view now, Captain.
Unscreen. Nee.
Arrival at the second vault in less than a minute.
I would remind you, those life forms are Takon, not science. Takon. They're not your enemy.
Right or wrong, history will judge you for this moment.
Was ist? Also. Ja, ehrlich, ich weiß es. So, mein Verstand würde mir sagen, sie stören. Andererseits sagt mir mal, Menschlichkeit ist an Bord zu bieten. Das ist das Problem. Leute. Was? An dieser Stelle mache ich Cut. Leute, ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Es hat mal wieder unglaublich viel Spaß gemacht, hier mit euch zu sitzen. 3 Stunden, die wir jetzt fast 3 Stunden 10, die wir jetzt gestreamt haben und ihr dabei gewesen seid. Ich schneide jetzt noch. Und hier jetzt gleich noch schnell das Video. Ich versuche dieses Video aber 15 Minuten Abschnitten. 15 Minuten Videos direkt exportieren zu lassen. Für mich erstmal schon funktioniert. Ich dann morgen erst sehen. Nachteil ist, man muss mir jeden einzelnen anschauen und meine Stimme hören, um sie zu nummerieren, um sie richtig hochzuladen. Das erste Video werde ich jetzt gleich mal schauen, dass ich da mich auch in die Videobeschreibung sitze. Ich mache das alles schnell. Hushi sozusagen. Damit ich schnell spicken, weil ich bin hundemüde, aber egal. Das will ich nicht auf morgen verschieben, wisst ihr? Und ich wünsche euch noch was. Habt noch einen wunderschönen Tag. Danke. Perfekt. Fail. Nochmal. Danke, dass ihr hier gewesen seid. Ich hoffe, es hat euch Spaß gemacht. Danke für das Follow nochmal, für den Follow nochmal und wünsche euch noch was. Habt euch wohl. Möge der Kampf mit euch sein. Tschüss.
Something about you feels so different. Yeah, you mess me up inside. It's like your energy was kissing my soul back to life, was living. Now it feels like every part of me is died. Yeah, you're gone without a trace. You left me where no one can find me. There's no sign of life out here. I scream and it goes silent. I fight so hard, but I can't find my way out. Lost all dimension and time. I'm losing my mind in this ghost town. Every message that I send you, you just leave them all unread. Now every part of me is hurting, cross my heart. I don't deserve this love, just for you to haunt me in the end. Yeah, you're gone without a trace. You left me where no one can find me. There's no sign of life out here. I scream and it goes silent. I fight so hard, but I can't find my way out. Lost all dimension and time. I think I'm losing my mind in this ghost town. I'm losing my mind in this ghost town. Something about you feels so different. Yeah, you mess me up inside. It's like your energy was kissing my soul back to life, was living. Now it feels like every part of me is died. Yeah, you're gone without a trace. You left me where no one can find me. There's no sign of life out here. I scream and it goes silent. I fight so hard, but I can't find my way out. Lost all dimension and time. I think I'm losing my mind in this ghost town. Every message that I send you, you just leave them all unread. Now every part of me is hurting, cross my heart. I don't deserve this love, just for you to haunt me in the end. Yeah, you're gone without a trace. You left me where no one can find me. There's no sign of life out here. I scream and it goes silent. down. Something about you feels so different. Yeah, you mess me up inside. It's like your energy was kissing my soul back.